Welcome back for yet another episode of Game Night with Geek Show. My name is Randy McKinney. I'm one of your hosts. You can email me at saberj@geekshow.us.
My name is Russell McKinney. I'm the other of your hosts. You can email me at jack@geekshow.us. It's not that.
Other of the hosts?
Other of your hosts.
Oh, okay. Well, in any case, so today we are going to introduce you to a game that every so often there's a game that comes along in the board gaming community that captures the attention of a large portion of the community, and this is the it game for the time being. This is Dominion, and Russell's going to tell us a little bit about it.
All right. Dominion was designed by Donald X. Vaccarino, I guess is how you pronounce his last name. I can't pronounce it.
Sorry, Donald.
Yeah, I butcher your name. I'm from Kentucky.
Donnie Boy.
Donnie Boy, yes. It was designed or published by Rio Grande Games. It's 2 to 4 players. I wish it was more. And it's about 30 minutes long. Sometimes it can go a little longer or shorter, but 30 minutes is a good estimate.
Yeah, it's about right. I mean, sometimes about an hour, usually when you're just starting out with it. But so let's take a look at how to play. So let's explain how to play Dominion, and joining me for the explanation is Russell. He's going to be playing against me in this little example. To start out with any game of Dominion, you basically start out with 10 different sets of cards of the 25 that's available. You will also have a copper, a silver, a gold pile. You will have a curse available in each game, although that's generally not going to be used at all unless the witch card is out. But that may change with expansions. You will also have what's your victory points, and this will come into play at the end of the game. You'll have 1 point, 3 point, and 6 point. Generally, 6 points are going to be your bread and butter because they give you a lot of points and they don't take up a lot of space in your hand. But sometimes the 3 points are valuable. Sometimes there's also a card called Gardens that plays off of how many cards you have in your hand. That can be valuable. And then there's the 1 points, which are really just a nuisance, but sometimes they can make a difference. Not very often, though. Mostly they just take up space in your hand. So to start off any game, you're going to take out 3 1-point victory cards, and you're going to start a deck, and then you're going to take 6 copper pieces, or 7 copper pieces. So you're going to have a total of 10 cards in your hand to begin. And then you're just going to shuffle those, then you draw 5 cards. Now, I said before that if you can count in this game, you can play it. And that is pretty much how it works out. So when you draw your first 5 cards, you're going to have a number of copper pieces, and you're probably going to have a number of estates. So basically what you're going to do is that to start out with, you're going to be able to draw up to 5 cards, and then you're going to have 1 action to take and 1 buy to take, and then you use how many ever coins that you have in your hand to purchase. So to begin with, Russell has 3 coppers, so he can purchase something for 3 points or less. And in this game we're playing, we don't have any 3-point cards. We have 2-point cards, and we have the silver that costs 3. So Russell takes a silver card, which will add more value to his deck and allow him to buy things later in the game. He takes the thing he purchased, and he takes all the cards that he played and any cards that he did not play, and he puts it in his discard pile, and then draws 5 more cards. Because you start with 10, you're going to go through all 10 cards in the first 2 hands you have. I, however, started out with 2 coppers and 3 of these lousy estate cards. So I will play my 2 coppers in order to buy a 2-point card. In this case, I have the choice between a moat, which is a defense card, and it has a very visual effect to let you know it's a defense card. It's solid blue, whereas almost everything else is gray. You can take the moat. There's also a cellar, which will give you an extra action and allow you to discard some cards. So I may take the moat, depending on what the layout is looking like. And we actually have a deck here with no attack cards, so this may not be the most useful thing. So I'll take the cellar. And again, this all goes into your discard pile. Anything you played, anything you bought, and anything you didn't play but had left in your hand. And I draw 5 more cards, and Russell will go again. Now, because he had 3 the first turn, he now has 4 the second turn. So he can now buy a card with a value of 4. You're buying Feast. Now I have 5 coppers for my second turn, so I get a buy action. With my 5 coppers, I can buy something like the Mine, which will allow you to upgrade coins, or the Library, which is a neat little card that allows you to draw your hand size up to 7 cards. Now, the thing you're going to quickly learn in this game is that, as I said, if you can count, you can play. And so you start with 1 action and 1 buy phase, and there will be cards that will allow you to have multiple actions and multiple buy phases. So to begin with, I'm going to take, we'll say, the Festival. And the Festival gives me +2 actions and +1 buy and +2 coins whenever I draw it. So I put that in my discard pile, and that empties out my deck. Now Russell has shuffled his hand, so he gets to go again. And he's going to play his Feast. So he's trashing his Feast and getting a market instead. And now he's got his buy phase. That was his action phase. The Feast was his action phase. Now this is his buy phase. He's got 3 coppers. He's going to buy another silver. Meanwhile, I draw my 5 cards up, and then I have 4 coppers this turn. So I can buy something of a value of up to 4. I will get a silver. Silver is only a 3, so I have 1 left over, but I can't do anything with it. So it goes on to Russell's turn again. Russell has a total value of 5 and 1 buy to spend it with, so he can buy a card of up to 5. So again, he buys a card, he buys a market. I have 3, so again, I have to buy something that costs 3 or less. I will again buy a silver, discard all that, draw up the 5. Once again, I have to shuffle because, you know, you do a lot of shuffling in this game. And it's your turn, so you can draw now. I will let you go without shuffling a whole bunch.
Oh, man.
And so again, you have 3 coppers, so you can buy something with a cost of 3 or less. Now, he buys a cellar. So now is when it starts getting interesting, because the cards that you have drawn are starting to pop up in your hand. So I will start off by playing Festival, and Festival gives me +2 actions and +1 buy. That means that my 1 action that I had, I used to play Festival, but now I have 2 more actions. So for one of my actions, I'm going to play Cellar, which, in addition to giving me yet another action, so I'm still at 2 actions, allows me to discard any number of cards and then draw that many cards back. So I will discard my estate card and draw another card. And so now I have 3 coppers, and I have a +2 bonus to my coins. So I have 5 total coins that I can use to buy anything on the table, and the Festival also gave me 1 extra buy. So now 5 coins to buy up to 2 items with. And so you start looking at, well, the 5-point cards are really good, so I will take another one of those. And you're going to basically go through here, and eventually you're going to get to the point where you have a lot of these cards that you will want to draw. Draw extra stuff, play extra stuff. You're really going to be looking for the cards that give you extra actions, give you give you extra cards that you can draw, give you extra money to buy stuff with, and you're going to keep going. And so eventually you're going to have things happening where you will play a market, which will allow you to draw a card, and then you'll play a market, which will allow you to draw a card, and then you'll play a market, and it'll allow you to draw a card. And you'll keep drawing and going as long as you can. Plus 1 card means you can draw a card, plus 2 cards means you can draw 2 cards, plus 1 action means that you can lay down another card. And all these cards added together will just allow you to chain reaction all of this. And so you may run out of cards, and then you'll have to shuffle them and keep drawing. And you'll keep doing that until you run out of cards to draw and actions to play. And then you will have a handful of money that you can buy even more stuff with. So in this case, I played 3 markets. I got a +3 to my coins. And then I got a handful of money as well. So I have 4, 6, 8, +3 is 11 total. So then I can start working on buying my provinces, which cost 8 points. And after people start buying provinces, everybody will start buying provinces, because that's the key, that people will start working on the in-game condition. Eventually you will get to the end of the game, and you get to the end of the game when you have depleted 3 of these decks, or you have depleted the 6-point deck